Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you've been following me, then you know I move around to different places, but you know what I'm all about. Super aging, getting older without getting old. And what is it that Georgianne wants to tell you tonight? Well, I got my little paper right here. There are three must-have characteristics, three must-have characteristics to be a successful senior. If you're going to be a senior along with me, to be a successful senior who is getting older without getting old. Now, these three must-have characteristics. See, I hold this up all the time. Super aging, getting older without getting old. But baby, there's at least three serious characteristics or habits that you have to have in order to get to where we are. Some of y'all are with me, but some of y'all, you're still in the back of the bus. And the reason why you're still in the back of the bus, because three things are missing. You know what's missing first? You know, I wrote down my little paper. You must be committed to a transformational agenda. Let me say it again. Reno, for the people in the back. You must be committed to a transformational agenda. See, you've been stuck in them ways, stuck in them, like stuck in the mud, like a stick stuck in the mud. You got to change. You got to be willing to change. You got to be able to come into the 21st century. I don't care how you feel about it. You got to come into the 21st century because you need information to help you get to the next level. And you got to be able to be okay with that, which will be transformative. And so there's a transformative of the mind, a transformative of the spirit, a transformation of the soul. But it's definitely a transformational agenda. And even a transformation of the body. You know, that's exercise, physical exercise, or going to the gym. But there's something you got to be saying, you got to be okay. Let me dress it up. You got to be willing to change. I know I said transformational approach and a transformational agenda. But the bottom line is, if you want to do this, if you want to join us in 900 videos now, if you want to get to the next level with the rest of us, you must be willing to change and be a different person, a new you, somebody that this is a different person that was in the mirror before you retired, before 45, before 55, before 65, before 75. That was a different person. But to be in this reign, what we're doing, there's another person in the mirror, and you got to be able to change. You must be transformational in your spirit. Your spirit has to change. You said, well, I always is the number one reason why you are stuck where you are. Especially those who are going into business. I always doesn't always work. We always did it this way. Well, it's time to do something different. Our country was always run a certain way. And you see, that's not happening. And so we are all adjusting. And so that's the same thing with you. There's some adjustments you got to make. That's all part of the transformation. Being able to transform, being able to adjust, being able to change, let me make sure I say that again, transform, being able to change. You got to be able to change, being able to adjust. Because you know, stuff comes to me, God just give me stuff, you know. And you got, and that's one of the habits, one of the characteristics for super aging, getting older without getting old. And that's not in the book. There's some Georgianne isms, because I know what, and I'm talking for myself. See, when I talk to you all, I talk about, I'm the one that's 82. I've been on the earth 82 years. I've been some places, seen some things, done some things. I got a whole Netflix about me. It's a whole movie on PBS. We're not even talking about that. We're just talking about just my regular life. Just being a single parent, divorced, raising a child, a girl child by herself, divorced. I could talk about some stuff. I could talk about some things about being married more than once. I could talk about that. I could talk about not having money. I could talk about it. I could talk about being broke. I could talk about needing friends and they all turn their back on me. because they didn't want. I can't want to get involved. I don't want nobody to know. I can talk about people who don't want to know me. I don't have it. I can talk about it, and the reason why I can talk about it because I want you to understand that you can get through that. You can get through just like I get through talking to y'all for 900 videos with no teeth. I know you said when I'm gonna get some teeth. It's a issue with me. I gotta think. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. So I've done this far. I'm gonna keep going. So the one is you must commit. That's the word right there. Commit. You must commit to a transformative agenda, and if you want to be getting older without getting old, because see what you did see, I'm 82, so you 45, 55, 65, and 75. What you did when you were 65, they're not doing that now. What you did when you were 45, they're not doing that now. Even the 45-year-olds, you got some 25-year-olds out here now. You remember when you were 25. You 55-year-olds, there's some 35-year-olds out here now. Okay? And so it's some things that you don't know anything about what's going on now. You got to stay current. Okay? You know how you had to take, when I was growing up, it was called current events. Okay? And so you got to stay current. And so what are you saying, Jordan? I know you don't like computers, but baby, you got to get in it. I know you talk about AI. AI is my best friend right now. AI is my best friend right now. If you got any problems you need, talk to me. And I tell you why AI is my best friend, needs to be your best friend. Your spirit needs transforming. You used to, we were born and raised in that church. I ain't trying to take you out of the church. I'm just trying to say, are they feeding you? Is your soul getting fed? It's something transformative going on when you go through the church doors. When you come out, there's something happening in there. There's something happening. You go in the church door one way and come out the church door the same way. Just think about that transformation. I'm talking about. I'm just talking about you want to do it. You got it up here in your head. You said, you know what? I'm gonna go with the flow. You ever been anywhere when you want to say something back and you say, no, I'm just gonna be quiet, and just listen. That's all. That's a transformation. That's part of your transformative agenda. Sometimes you say, I'm not going to be that same person. I'm going to be new. Because the Bible says he will make you a new thing. And I got to go get the Bible, people. I know y'all, somebody out there going to say, he didn't say that. Well, I'm going to say it. He said something like that. I'm saying it. We've tried to get you to be a new thing. Because why? Because of this. My whole thing on this show, my whole reason for the 900 videos, baby, is for you and your transformation. And stay here. Hold on, I don't care how slippery. I know a lot of things are going on right now. But if you just do this number one, let me get to number two. You must believe, with that right. You must believe without an audience. Let me let that sink in. You must believe without an audience. Georgianne, what you talking about, Willis? If you believe it, and it's nobody but you that believe it, then believe it. You don't need an audience to help you believe what you know is true, what God has told you. He didn't tell them other people in your book club. He didn't tell them other people in your sorority, your fraternity. He didn't tell them other people on the next pew. He told you. And why do I know this? Because I always wanted an audience. And I got burned every time. I believed, and then I would take my idea because I didn't really believe that it was real. And I would go tell somebody. And either they would laugh at it or talk about it or steal it. Number two, you need to believe without an audience. The third one is, what did I write? I can't read my own. You must trust in God. Now that's a hard one right there. I know it's hard. I listened to Myron Golden as I was traveling to this spot. I listened to Myron talk about trusting in God and how many whoopings you get. You think about who was that, Joseph. When he retold the story of Joseph, I think he talked from James, I'm not sure. But where Joseph his brothers didn't like him, and so they said, let's kill him. Isn't that something when your brother don't like you? They said, it's some folk that want to kill you. It's some folk definitely want to kill me. Tried several times. Prayed to all kind of little animals and gods and all kinds of stuff. People are out there like that. The demons are out there. But he said Joseph, Joseph, they went back to get Joseph. He's already gone. They had already gotten Joseph out the pit. And then he had to go somewhere else. It kept on moving. I mean, you think about how many things happened to Joseph. You'd be like, dang, Joseph. But God had a plan. He had a plan. And so part of your transformative agenda is God's plan. Because in the end, it was Joseph who could interpret the dreams. And then he became the leader. He became the leader. He didn't answer but to one person. And that's you, baby. That's you. You're going through something right now. I know that. I feel it right here. But so what? You're going through it. Because on the other side is the sunshine. There's this lesson in it. So go on, take the lesson. And you say, oh my God, do I need another lesson? Apparently. I have to say that. You know why? Because I asked the same question. Come on, Lord. What? Listen, good grief. Come on. But you have to trust. Because it's real. And on the other side, it's going to be all right. And so the 3 habits or characteristics you must have if you're thinking about super aging, getting older without getting old. Let me recapitulate for people in the back. Reno, you must be committed to a transformative agenda. You must believe without an audience. You must trust in God if you are going to be super aging, if you think about getting older without getting old. You don't have those habits? You're not with us. Go back and start all over with the 900 videos. I love you. Yes, I do. And you can't do anything about it.